Welcome to a morning stream. It's almost my eyes. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was dirt or what. The my eyes looking better. Um, what is going on here now? That's new, huh? Maybe that's where the stinger is or something, and it's trying to push out. Anyway, we've been working. We've been up. I've been up since 6 a.m. We've been taking stuff down and moving stuff around, and uh, we're gonna be doing a lot more work. It's been hot this last week or two. How's it going? Hey Sam, you're up a little early. How's the sound, folks? Can you hear me okay? Let me know. We got folks finding the stream. Welcome. I'm gonna show you guys around. I don't know if I showed you guys yesterday what we were gonna be tearing down today, but that's what I did with my morning. I thought it was gonna take a lot quicker to tear down this clusterfuck scaffolding that was doing nothing except for being a hazard. Video is great right now too. Sounds perfect. Hell yeah, great. Happy to see you, Sam. It's got to be like 3 in the morning where you're at or something. I'll make a nice beverage here. So I went to bed early because I wanted to get up at 6 in the morning so that we could get to work before it got too hot. It is just starting to get pretty toasty. So we're slowing down a little bit. 4 a.m. and my coffee is brewing. Hell yeah. So just before bed, I mounted my projector to this tripod that I have my phone on. And I projected the Google map of slabs onto this billboard that we're working on. And I'm going to take this nice frog tape and go over all those lines and spray paint them in different colors. The top line there, that curvy line, that's the canal, and that's the drop there. And that dot up in the corner, that's the library. So the sign will have this little map. People can stop and like take a picture and be like, oh wow, that's slabs. Holy shit. And you see like that star down there, that's Salvation Mountain. So that's how you get from Salvation Mountain over to the library. And on this part of the sign, it's going to say like historic off-grid Slab City Library, 1.8 mile. There you go. And then people will be able to find it. So I'm happy about that. But over here, I'll show you. How many of you, did I show you guys what was going on over here the other day? Because there was all of this wood, all of that wood and that shade cloth I took down this morning. It was just like hanging all over this spot. And you know what? It was dumb because that shade cloth, all it needs is this. So I put these pieces of wood up. I might put some pieces of metal across like in a ladder configuration, but that's all going to have shade cloth over top because the sun rises over there. And now it's up there, but up until like a little past midday, the sun is just tearing right into the library, making it really, really hot. We don't want that. So this scaffolding here is going to become where the shade cloth goes. I'm going to attach that nice, attach that down real nice, and it'll go from over here to over here and probably have some overhang here. I also took out this post that was here for no fucking reason because somebody is a shitty, lazy builder, Aurora. And now the gate is fixed again, so the gate can open once this shit's moved. And a truck can pull in that gate, pull right up to here, and then we can pump water up to our water tank again like we used to. And without, impeding the shade structure, somebody can set a ladder right there, climb up like they used to, pump the water, etc. And the shade cloth will be up over here and keeping this area nice. Probably have some overhang there too so that people could like still sit out here and smoke. It would be nice to do like more of a full frame here for the shade cloth, but I don't think I'm gonna have time to do that. So we'll just work with what we can. These pieces of wood here were just laying in the yard collecting dust. it's a hassle. So yeah, I took all that. And you guys want to see how many fucking nice construction screws that this person used for this ass dick balls fucking scaffolding that fucking sucked and was about to fall on our heads? Let me show you. So I used to have a perfectly organized shed here. It's getting better. It's actually like it's definitely not the way it's supposed to be, but it's better. At least we can get in here and use the stuff. This shelf is supposed to also be in the shed, and it's supposed to be sorted. But when I left here, this was perfectly sorted. It was beautiful. There was tons of tools, tons of hardware and stuff. And I didn't think I would spend all morning doing this, taking down this hazardous scaffolding project, but I did, and here's the reason why. Because it was full. This is all of the construction screws that was used to make this dumb shit that I can make with these 6 and 0 screws. There's going to be 0 screws there, maybe some cordage to lash those onto that frame. And I had 2 more frames, just like that metal frame there. That came from the solar power plant. I did a work trade for those and a bunch of other materials. But those ran off because tweakers took my fucking house over and just tore down all my systems. Now I'm rebuilding it. 2 years of somebody else running this space undid years and years of fucking work and labor and systems building. So yeah, this is all the screws I pulled from that, and that, I mean, that's not even all the screws that were in that. Some of them were stripped to shit and destroyed. And you know what? Like, that's insane because, oh hey, smile. Smile, you're on camera. That's me. This is how I smile. Anyway, so those construction screws are meant for like load bearing stuff. And this is what she used it for. Let me show you. This is embarrassing. If this was me, I would be embarrassed. I would die in shame if I was using fucking 2-inch construction like finishing screws for this shit. Like what the fuck? Like this shit ain't even worth putting fucking nails through. This is garbage. Like, this is fucking firewood, dude. Like, I bet she felt so goddamn clever. Fucking ass. Fucking cockballs. Fucking leaky asshole fucking bullshit. This is embarrassing. It's goddamn embarrassing. But I'm going to be able to reuse that shade cloth. It's still good. Some of it's not even actually shade cloth either. Hey, look, I found this on the free table. I'm going to put this up somewhere cool. Let's put this up somewhere cool. Yeah, so a fucking box and a half of exterior grade 2-inch, I guess there was a few 1.5 to 3-inch construction screws used for that fucking just insane shit. No, not the particle BS. The floor in my childhood trailer looked like that. LMAO. Just ruins the integrity of it with splitting under the pressure. Yeah, for real. For real. Like, and you know what? Honestly, I'm glad that she spent all her fucking tweaker time putting these in there, because at least they were sitting there waiting for me to pull them out and use them again, and they're perfectly good. Most of them aren't stripped. They're like just perfectly good fucking screws. So if anything, honestly, she saved these from herself for me, and now I'm gonna use them again, which is great. All of that fucking shitty ass scrap wood that she used, I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but I was hoping I'd be able to at least salvage some of it for our building project that we're doing today, or starting today rather. But most of it's just literal garbage, so I don't know about all that. Anyway, so this is all getting cleaned up back here. That'll be nice. And this, our water system will be up and running again soon, hopefully. We'll be taking all of this shade cloth down, and you might notice that this looks like absolute dog shit here. That's going to get taken down because it's a hazard at this point. And this wall is going to get knocked out. And this bush is almost, hey, it's looking really nice actually. So this was a literal trash pile back here. You couldn't even fucking walk back here. But now we're gonna dig some post holes. I pulled up some posts. Okay, now here's something embarrassing right in front of my face too. Look at this. What is this? Here's some more screws I'm gonna harvest. Like, what was the purpose of this? These were just put in here to be a hazard, and this shit is all over the library too. This is gonna take me, like, I imagine like 5 years from now we'll still be finding shit like this around the place. Like, this is unacceptable. It's a hazard. We got shit like this like around the library too. Like, kids come here. You know, like, this is not okay. There's no point to this. Like, this isn't even doing anything. And neither is this for, you know, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, this, folks, don't let fucking tweakers do house chores for you unattended. I'm not saying like don't put them to work, but because sometimes, you know, under certain I almost said circumcision, not superstition, supervision. That's the word I'm trying to say. Under circumcision, they can do a lot of good work. But you turn your back, and then they're nerping all your shit, and, you know, stripping your power system and whatnot. So yeah, this is garbage. We're gonna be rebuilding this. This side of the library, or this side of the kitchen. This is the back area of the library. This is for crew, where we cook and eat dinner together and hang out when we don't want to be around tourists. This side of the roof is really nice, and I love it. And that's what that side is going to look like too once we tear it down. And honestly, it's not going to take that much work. And I haven't looked over what people have donated since yesterday, but I'm going into town today so that I can take care of my registration issue that I was bitching about yesterday. Sorry, I was in a shit mood yesterday. I mean, you know what? I'm not sorry I was in a shit mood, but also, you know, I don't want to be a fucking downer and be like, hey guys, I'm fucked. And I, you know, but I really need to get like my basic needs met so that I can do this type of thing. And this is 100% necessary. This isn't like something that is going to be directly benefiting me, because I'm not going to be living here through this summer. I'll be in and out, but this is necessary for the protection of the people that are going to be staying here and caring for the space. And I need them to not die or go to the hospital. So we got to get that shit up quickly. And you know, I'm running out of time. I got other things to do too. Appalachia says, that looks so good. Thank you. Rosie says, you really are a profoundly strong and resilient person to have succeeded with your transition under your difficult circumstances. Thanks. Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna drink my my energy drink here. Let's see. And catch up in chat. A well-supervised tweaker is a productive workforce. You know what? Yeah, you know, it's... You got to know what you're working with, though, right? It's like wild animals, you know, that I wouldn't let a raccoon like run around in my house, but you know, I'll let them hang out around my dumpster, you know, like there's some good things about having raccoons around the house. I just don't want them in my fucking living room, you know what I mean? Have you guys ever seen that video where it's like it's on like a cop camera where this cop pulls this lady over in this truck, and the truck is just like a goddamn mess, and she's clearly like twacked out of her mind, and they like get her to step out of the car, and there's a fucking raccoon hanging out in her car, and the raccoon is holding a fucking meth pipe in its hand. And then they take it away from the raccoon, and then it like has another one in its hand like immediately. Like they're like, where did that even come from? So, I don't know what it is about tweakers and raccoons, but it seems to be a symbiotic relationship, I guess. Let's see. Rosie says, I've been watching you on YouTube for years. For the first time, I have figured out how to use the chat feature. Oh, hey, sick. Hell yeah. Shot you a dono. Hope it can help. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's, I'm going to town today in just a minute. After this stream, and I gotta take care of the DMV shit, and then whatever I've got left, I'm gonna be dropping to get some more building supplies. I actually should get my little notebook here. So if any of my mods in chat want to drop the Cash App or Venmo or PayPal links down in the chat, that would be dope as hell. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, anything I have left over once I've taken care of things is going straight to the building projects that need to get done around here. Also, I totally had some weed and I lost it like 2 days ago. It's a nice bag too, and I put it with my pipe and my kratom all in the same place, and I can't find any of them. I'm kind of going a little crazy. Um, some other things that need to get done around here are like pretty much all of our signs need to be repainted, and I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all the sign out front. That's gonna be the new sign that goes up on the walkway thing. But the thing, yeah, so how many of you in chat know why I had to come back to the library and why I'm here working on it now? Anybody? Anybody know what the situation was that led to all that about a year ago? Oh, I got dirt boogers. Ew. Anybody want to give the Cliff Notes version for folks that are new in chat about how we got here? Because I imagine if you were new here on the channel, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what did I miss? Well, buddy, you missed everything. Like, the last 10 years of adventures and weird shit going on. There's a lot of lore here. It's kind of like trying to jump into like Naruto or fucking One Piece or something. You know, like if you're trying to get into One Piece, you have like hundreds of episodes to catch up on, and that's kind of what's going on here. You ever find out who stole the other one? No, I don't know who stole the big sign that I'm working on replacing right now. But we also have the sign out front of the yard that Aurora shit all over, like almost figuratively. That I had just finished. It was beautiful. It was pristine. It was crispy. And she decided to paint over it with some fucking yellow so you can't read it. And then we have another sign that's at the fork in the road. But another dumb tweaker is fucking spilling out all over the fucking middle of the road, and kind of her shitty camp overtook my sign at the fork in the road, and her dogs are chasing people all over the street. It's a real problem. So if you're one of those people that like talks to this person, go handle your fucking people, because it's becoming a real problem, and I'm not gonna just like play nice. If I have a confrontation with her, then I'm gonna tell her exactly how I feel. So you can spare her feelings and whatever if you want to just like handle it so I don't have to, because I'm not gonna have fucking anything getting in the way of people coming out to this library. I don't give a fuck if you're like over the hill and your dogs are fucking chasing people around the street. That is my problem. And also I don't take kindly to people fucking with my signs, so that sign also needs to be like repainted, because Aurora sucks at painting signs. Fuck you, Aurora. She sucks at painting signs. I used to be like so nice about all this stuff, but the more I've been fucking doing shit around this place, the more and more fucking ornery I'm getting about it, and I genuinely cannot give a fuck enough to spare her feelings, because she's made years of work for me. It's one thing to sit on ass and not do anything. You know, like I would rather have had her do that. But it's another thing to undo my work, and not only undo my work, but make more work for me in addition to that. Or if it weren't me, you know, whoever else would have been next. And then also, of course, to leave it to get burned up by some fucking psycho. that painted over the front sign. We're gonna have to do that. I'll show you the sign that we're gonna replace it with. It was the sign that used to be at the T on Beale and Coachella Canal when you turn. Actually, I can show you right on the map here. This is great. I'm so excited about this map. It looks kind of shitty right now because I just threw the guidelines up, but there's Salvation Mountain. Drive up. This is Beale here, and this is Coachella Canal Road. This is Coachella Canal, and that's where this sign that is going to get painted and put up at the front of our house, at the front of the library rather. Um, it's yeah, it got taken down and replaced with that badass one that I welded a couple years ago, and it's gonna go at the front of the house. So I don't know how I'm gonna paint this all up, but I want it to be like so you can see it clearly from like the road while you're driving in. Whoops, just knocked that over. I fucking hate this. I fucking hate this, dude. It's embarrassing. If I embarrassing. Satan, you could do better. You don't even know how to fucking swing a hammer. You could do better. Yeah, that's right, Bubba. Yeah, so that's that sign is it's gonna look good. So up on that frame there, that's where the sign used to be. And that stupid Brandy fucking spray painted or painted over it. And now this one's gonna go up, but I gotta paint over the arrow because that was at the T that I showed you on the map. So that was saying, you know, library this way. But it's really eye-catching. You can read the sign clear as day from all the way at the end of the driveway when you're pulling in. So that's gonna go up here. That's next on the docket. But I gotta spray paint out that fucking arrow. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring it in right now. We don't have any more of this red bucket paint, I don't think. We might have some laying around, but I'm just gonna fucking spray paint over it. I have some red spray paint. Hi, bub. Come on. Oh my god, it looks so much nicer from over here too, cause like you could see. I mean, there's still like trash in the bush up here, but it's not too bad. But like now, yeah, now you can actually like see along here. It was just like a pile of shit. Now it looks cute. Want to put some more color up here with the spray paint, make it look nice. But you know, to Aurora's credit, she did plant this cool little cactus here. There were other cactuses, I swear to God. That one's looking pretty healthy. That one's looking pretty healthy. But I had planted a bunch of little succulents and shit around here, and you know that Satan, get out of it. And there's none to be seen. I feel like she probably just pulled them up out of spite. I don't know. Yeah, I had a bunch of cute little succulents over here. And there was... Yeah. Anyway. It looks better now. It looks like fucking dog shit. Now it looks nice. And that wall is going to come out. From here, you know, it'll change the way that things look. Hi, Bubba. Alright, you gotta move, though. Thank you. It'd be cool to get some chickens again, too. I would... There were, like, you know, little roosting or nesting boxes and stuff along here. And it was cute, too, because you could, like, watch them from the living room. But, yeah. All it did was take 2 years all it did was take 2 years to fucking undo so much work and make so much work. It's crazy. So here we go with this other sign here. We're double fisting signs here. And there's more. Let's see. Huh, Bubba. Let's see. Haven't been to the slab since 17. Give me the non-filler version. If you want the non-filler version, then you need to go and like actually watch the last year of my live streams. That's the non-filler version. It's all talked about on live streams. Start with like Slab City Library needs your help or something like that. Spud says sign will be collectors look good in man cave. Shut the fuck up. Stealing people's hand-painted signs, especially from a library, makes you look like an asshole. It doesn't look good in your man cave. It makes you look like a fucking chud. You could buy it from me. Somebody could have come to me and been like, hey, Corn, that sign's looking a little raggedy. Maybe you might want to make a new one. I'll buy that one from you for my collection and give you the money so you can buy the materials to make a new one. If I ever find out who took that sign, I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of them. You take that to the bank and smoke it. Jace says, now you have every right to vent for real. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I fucking held my tongue and was genteel about it for a while. And, the more I see and do around here, the more pissed off I get. And I don't have any sympathy left. I don't give a fuck. And, if she ever wants to be my friend again, then I'm never letting her live this down. That's going to be one stipulation. I actually genuinely don't give a fuck if she ever wants to be my friend again. It would take a lot to get to that point for me. But if that ever were to happen, I would openly mock her at every turn about how stupid she is at just for this, just for that. Like a box of these screws is like $40, dude. Like that's insane to me. And it took me fucking all morning to pull that shit down. And it did nothing. It's just a hazard. Rosie says, I think so, but I may be wrong. Since you left the library after the issue with the pedophile that went out of slabs, this library went to hell. It had absolutely nothing to do with Mike Dibble. That was like well before I headed out. That was like a year or so before I headed out. And then there was the murder in the kitchen. Yeah, that was Aurora's friend that got, I don't know what exactly happened. I've heard reports from people that were around during that time. But yeah, it's that's what happens when you hang out with tweaker scumfucks and let them run your house, steal all your shit. And she would always bitch about it too, like it was everybody else's fault that she invited these scumfucks into the house. It was like, oh, nobody respects the library. Everybody's stealing from me. It's like, bitch, those are your friends that you're inviting in. Like, that's not Slab City's fault. That's your fault. Fucking idiot. Take it out, if you please. I don't know what you're referring to, because that was a few minutes ago. Appalachia says, one shitty thing about STP going down is losing that dangerous person subforum to keep up to date on this stuff about who was run out of where and why, since I don't have SOCMed. I don't know what that means. But also, I didn't hear about STP going down. If so, that's delightful. That's great fucking news. I'm very happy. I'm going to pull up my computer and see if that's true. And also, guess who was on that subforum about dangerous persons? Me, Cordelius Van Gogh. You know why? Because I dared to speak up about Matt Derrick being a transphobe, and his response to that was to be transphobic toward me and then put the whole thread in the shady and untrustworthy section. So I actually, that subforum was useless. There were definitely some people in there that I would keep an eye out for, but mostly there were people that Matt Derrick had disagreements with. So fuck STP, fuck Matt Derrick, and fuck his stupid subforum. Fuck that transphobic motherfucking piece of shit. I'm glad STP's down. If that is the case, I'm gonna check right now because I'm actually, that would make my day. That would genuinely make my day because I did a lot. Like, that's not to say I hated people in the community. There was a lot of really cool people that came through the library here during those parties that I hosted for Squat the Planet. Where's my fucking? Oh, there it is. That I miss, and some of them I still talk to today that are like lifelong friends of mine now. That have nothing to do with Matt Derrick being a fucking dingus idiot fucking stupid bitch, transphobic piece of shit. They were very great people that many of whom I still talk to. Some of them are also transphobic, stupid pieces of shit. And I'm pretty sure I did take screenshots of that whole thread too, so I will remember who dogpiled me when given the opportunity to just be mean for no reason to me. Yeah, I do remember who you all are, and all of those people that used to enjoy being at the library that jumped at the chance to jump on a dog pile for uh, just I don't know. It's like bandwagon mentality, but like yeah, all of those people, like I know who you are. I remember, and I know you guys liked coming to the library, and you're not welcome. And I know that you're embarrassed. I know a couple of you were skulking around here over the last few years, and I know you were fucking scared because you thought I'd be around the corner, and if I was, you don't know. You don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I would. We're not cool. We're not friends. You could come to me humble and try to make nice. I'm definitely I'm open to that. I'm approachable. Not a fucking monster like you. Jay says you did hold your tongue. I was like they're too good. Nah, like, taking advantage of kindness and openness and vulnerability is crazy. Sent you Cash App this morning. Oh, hey, thank you. I saw that. You are a sweetheart. Appalachia says, I know I got banned. That's crazy. He gets so up in his feelings trying to give off an air of moral neutrality. He does. That's the thing. I used to call him diplomat, because I was like, you're like a diplomat, like you help people figure out their issues and you're like impartial and whatever. Not true. Not true. He's a fucking fake fucking piece of shit. And apparently he's in LA now, so I hope I run into him. That'd be really funny. Because I know that man can't fight, and he's a weak fucking. Anyway, I hope I run into you, Matt. That'd be super fun. That'd be really fun.
We need like a dramatic like music in the background. Like
I don't think your mic's working. Uh oh.
the epic battling.
Tinkerbell says I can hear fine on my end. Okay. When you move away from phone, sound goes down.
Well, yeah,
Uh oh.
wait, I was saying, don't you have your other microphone hooked up?
This one might have run out of battery. Hold on.
Oh. Oh, you have like a special plug for them, don't you? I have another one of those big power strips too, Corn, if you need it. I have no reason for that many power strips.
Alright, let's try this. Alright, how about that? Does that work? Oh, that's blinking. Let's see. I'm gonna pull this out here. My receiver might be dead. There we go. Hold on now. Alright, good catch, y'all. There we go. Alright, let's see if that worked. Good catch. Alright. Appalachia says, lol, no way he can fight with his silly little paperboy hats. You know why he wears those stupid little chud boy paper hat or paperboy hats is Because he's fucking bald, because he's stupid. It's like, because the story he told me is that he tried to dye his hair with like some shitty hair dye, and then all of a sudden his hair started just falling out and it never grew back. Fucking idiot. Also, yeah, I don't want to talk shit on Matt for the rest of my stream, but I could. I very well could. Lord knows he didn't hold back in that fucking thread. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta fucking. I'm gonna see if Squat the Planet is actually taken down. Because if it is, I'm about to be stoked. And then I'm gonna look at my my money apps and see if anybody donated, and I'll shout you guys out.
I'm hoping I heard what I think I heard.
Let's see. Sam says it's only when you wander off because no mic. Yeah, it should be good now. Rosie says, I'm so sorry for what happened to the library since you left. The library was the pride of the slabs. While you were running it, it was a source of learning for slabbers and understanding for society. It is, again, it's just not back up to the standard that I left it at. It's getting there. You know, we've got a good foundation, like all of the fucking shitty piles, at least in the library and in the common spaces for crew are gone and taken care of. Thanks to Jeff and Nick. Now Nick's done a lot of work in the last couple months while I was recovering from surgery, and that definitely like primed the space for some real construction and improvements. But it's you know, it took like however long it took to pull down all of this shit that got pulled down and undo a ton of my work, and it's going to take a long time to rebuild, but it's going to be better than it was, no matter what, you know. Oh, and like I was saying earlier, like I would rather have somebody here like just sit on ass and not do anything and just like coast by and, you know, do the bare minimum. I would rather have somebody do that and just like occupy the space, do the bare minimum, do what they got to do to survive, than like degrade the space. You know, it's like I would rather have a lazy fucking do nothing bimbo or dingus like just kicking it and, you know, just scraping by than somebody that wants to fucking unbuild my bar and unbuild shade structures and unbuild my deck and throw garbage in the scrapyard. Like that's crazy. All right, let me see. Let's go to squattheplanet.com. You better. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not connected to the internet. I must have typed in the wrong password. Password. It's. Did it work this time? Come on, man. Oh, maybe it's not good enough. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to bring my phone over here. Appalachia says, it is. You're welcome for the good news. They left up an archive, but it sucks. Nothing is organized. Sam says, that was a boss photo STP had in that post, though. Which one? The one of me? Every picture of me is a fucking badass picture.
You're legendary, for God's sake. You hit the legendary status. Oh, hail the legend.
Appalachia, I believe you, but I need to fucking verify with my own eyes before I can celebrate, because, you know, on the internet, anybody can fucking say anything. So I'm just gonna take a look here. We're gonna look. Need to look and see you down with the kick down here. I'm getting a notification already. Oh, fuck yeah. Thank you so much, Laura. Laura kicked down. What a sweetheart. Oh yeah, this roofing needs to get. This is gonna hold for another year, so I'm just gonna let it rock. But that shit definitely needs to get replaced at some point. All right, we're gonna go to squat the planet. the the first thing that comes up when I type in squat the planet was like squatty potty. Squat the planet. There we go. That's so funny. .com. Moment of truth. After 25 years, Squat the Planet is now closed. The site remains available as a public archive. Hey, look at that. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Fuck you, Matt. You're a piece of shit. Eat my dick and suck my balls, you stupid bitch. What a fucking dumbass. I hope you're having a shitty day, Matt. I hope you're having the shittiest fucking day. I hope you fucking break your ankle, dude. Fucking dumbass. Hell yeah, that's great. Thank you for the good news, Appalachia. I've been waiting for that for a while. You know, I was super nice too. Like, I knew it was gonna go under because it's, I mean, like, generally, and I'm not trying to just like get a big dick about myself, but like, the real reason why STP got like as much action as it did and that it grew so much is because of me and my hosting here at the library. It had, you know, I gave STP an outpost and a place where it could, you know, where parties were hosted, we could have workshops. It was awesome. And the site during that era like grew exponentially. And then the falling out happened and Matt was so delusional, he really thought that 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 the success of the site had nothing to do with me and the other people that were his mods that he mistreated and took for granted. He really just had such a fucking big dick about himself that he thought that all of that was because of him and that he could just like go ahead and be like, "Oh yeah, we're going to have another Jambo at this random fucking park in New Orleans," and have no plan, no coordinating, you know, just get people out there and it'll be just as good as Cornelius's library hosting. Like, what a fucking idiot. And then of course, you know, a few years later the fucking site fell because people were seeing through Matt's bullshit. And you know, you can only coast off of other people's hard work for so long before they get fucking sick of it. And that's why the library is still here, because I'm not coasting off of other people's hard work. I'm fucking putting in the work myself and inviting other people to learn and build and grow here too. And other people get to help out in exchange for learning. Like you know, there's a lot of things that like for instance, Jeff put the final coats on that sign, you know, and that library sign, Brando helped me with. It's kind of falling apart, but it'll be, you know, it'll be good. And then, you know, people helping out putting up roofing and stuff, like they get to learn how to build out of fucking salvage and, you know, help me with the cleanup. Oh my God, I just found my weed and my kratom and my fucking pipe. It was back here, nowhere near my stuff, like I said it was. I put it in this little bucket here. I was like, this is the perfect place to set my shit, where I'm never gonna find it again. That's gonna drive me crazy for 48 hours. Anyway, yeah, so like all of this behind the bar was fucking completely dismantled. There was no power here. Now look at it. There's a projector. We got a fucking office space again. This bar is fucked. This bar is fucked. Like, why would you build it like this? Look at this. Why would you do that? There's no reason for that. I'm astounded. There's like, this shit sucks. Like, look at this, guys. What is this? What the fuck is this? I hate it. You guys, who remembers the fucking navy blue bar top that I had? Anybody remember that? You and Slab City Library challenges the social economic class bigotry of Babylon. Oh, thanks. Hell yeah. Uh, Yellow sweet. I'm really glad to be back here, at least like for now, showing you guys more of these projects. There's a lot of work to do, but the good thing is that I can show you guys my process again. And it's at the very least, it's a lot of new content, so that's cool. Um, it is really hot, and I've been fucking struggling financially, just to like I've got my own problems. I was already stressing about how I was gonna fucking get by, and just like cover my basic needs. So then also having this on my plate, and coming to have to rebuild shit that I already built, and left I left so many building materials so that it could be not just like maintained, but like built upon and made better. But instead of making it better, she made it worse. So I'm dealing with that now, and that's why I was so fucking ornery yesterday, because it's just like it really started getting to me. Up until for the last year, like of course I've been pissed off about it and upset, and that compounded with this fucking squat the planet bullshit. Just like every now and then, I would have to have a conversation with somebody about what they read on that stupid website, because they were like, oh, well, I read that you're like a bad person and stuff. Can you explain that? And I'd be like, well, yeah, sure. Let me tell you an hour-long story about why that shit is up there, and it's just like, I'll do it, but it's like, it's time consuming, and it's traumatic to have to like relive all of that and repeat all of that shit. But it just goes to show you, anybody can say anything on the internet. And if you read something that's like for instance, that another person that was on Squat the Planet in that thread is a literal rapist, a violent rapist, who's been e-stalking me for years since he raped my friend. And he put up, he's been sending this link to people to this like website that also like has the Squat the Planet thread and like other inflammatory shit about me, and people have been getting sent that link and then coming to me and asking like, hey Gordon, what's up with this, because this says that you're like a bad person and shit. And I have to be like, yo, like think critically here, like in what way, like there needs to be specifics. You can't just like create a narrative that like appeals to somebody's emotion and feelings and be like, oh, well, it seems like you were kind of a bad person. It's like, in what way? Like, I need screenshots. I need receipts. Like, I need something actually tangible. Like this person is a bad person because he raped my friend, and I've got evidence for that. If it's like just appealing to your feelings, and it's like, corn makes everybody uncomfortable, then you need to like ask, like in what way? Where are the receipts? I need something specific. And also, who is this person that's saying this? Look into the person, because like if you don't even know who the fuck is saying the things that they're saying, you can't just like commit that information to your mind as like true facts. You need to like actually look into it. Cancel culture is a real fucking problem, and that's why, because people lack critical thinking skills. I'm gonna find a lighter so I can smoke some weed, and I totally forgot to check my money apps. I did check the one that I saw, but I'm gonna check the other ones. And we also have about 10 minutes left of the stream. Let's see. The cheers went up for the weed. Hell yeah, we're gonna celebrate. Oh man, I got so many dirt boogers from pulling down that shitty scaffolding. Just dirt boogers all over. All right, before I go smoke some weed, I'm gonna take a look and see who's kicking building projects here, so we can make the library a much nicer place for people. Not just for me. Like, I'm not trying to like long term again. I'm gonna be in and out. Like I want to come out, go down, build some new shit, make it nice, and train people in so that they can, be comfortable and live well here in the desert. Just you don't have to live in dirt We have standards. The library really sets the standard for how you can live in Slab City, and we take pride in that. Let's see. So we had Laura kicked down. Thank you so much, Laura. Again, really appreciate you. I'm gonna make sure there's not. Oh yeah, in Texas kicked down yesterday, and oh, Nadine kicked down earlier. Thank you so much, Nadine, and thank you so much in Texas. In Texas says you'll be fine. You always are. Thank you, and it's a lot thanks to your help too. I don't take that for granted. I really appreciate you and your support over the years. And Cash App. Oh, hey, it does look like somebody kicked on Cash App. It just took a second to reload here. Hey, Jace. Thank you so much, Jace. That was earlier this morning. Like you said, you kicked down on the Cash App. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now let's check the Venmo just in case, so I don't miss anybody. The comedian, yeah, comedian Chris, rapist Chris. That's who. That's right. Squirrely travels to exactly. Make sure you do your own research on all you people. Exactly. Walk back to the good connection spot. Oh, it's because I picked up my phone and I'm screen. Because when I'm hotspotting off my phone here, and then I pull up these apps, it fucks up the reception. So I'm gonna set my phone back there so I got good reception. But thank you all so much for the kickdowns. And if anybody else wants to get down with the kickdown, there are links in the description, huh, Bubba? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm gonna go into town and pick up some hardware and stuff. Yeah, like, okay, so this is another example of some bullshit that Aurora did. This whole area up here, this was a deck. All of these 2x4s were crossways through here, and this was a nice deck, just like the one that's up here. This is a nice deck up here, and you can see like all these 2x4s that I collected and put up there. And I eventually wanted to make all of this into a deck that went all the way across to here. Still could, but what she did, instead of acquiring her own fucking boards to put up, I don't even know where the fuck she put them. Like, I don't see evidence of her using them for anything. Like, I don't know. I genuinely have no idea what the fuck she was doing with them because I don't know where they are. This was all just like that, like a deck. And then she took a bunch out and kept some in there and just screwed these. I'm going to be harvesting these screws too. These are my fucking like 3.5-inch construction screws that are like $40 a box as well. These are like serious screws here. And they're just a hazard. Somebody a little taller than me, they raise their hands and they're getting fucking tetanus, you know? Like, what the hell is that shit? And she used up all of my nice tin that was supposed to be for other fucking projects. Like, what the fuck? This, I think I may have put this up to cover the doghouse. All of this shit needs to get torn down. We're not even like at this level. This whole room is fucking trashed. And this used to have a roof on it as well. Hey, that's a really nice piece of fucking metal there. Might have to pull that down. Yeah, this whole shit, it needs to be re-roofed bad. It's terrible. This room is like barely even usable. This is gonna fall down at some point. It's just dry rotted to shit. This used to be like, this used to be a really nice room. This used to be a really nice room too. It's, yeah, this is fucked. But, you know, it's, we work with what we got. Were they prepping for the zombie apocalypse? I don't think they were prepping for anything. I think they were just smoking rocks, dude. It's ridiculous. Like, and if you were gonna do that, like, you didn't, like, if it's amazing, truly astounding. And these are like some of the nicest pieces of corrugated tin. Like if I were to harvest these deck boards for other building projects, I would have taken them all out and then just put like 3 footers between here, width, like like width up, and put them across there and then screw these down to here. Like why? It's just pure laziness to like keep these up here. Like you don't need 4 in a row to support fucking sheet metal. That's insane. Like none of this makes sense. I don't know where any of these boards went. There was like, she pulled down like how many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like at least fucking like 12, 15, 8 foot 2x4s here. That's I I don't even know. I can't make sense of this. This is it impressively stupid. Um yeah. But this shade cloth up here is making a huge difference. That was just tacked up real quick. It's making the living room way nicer this time of day. And I also stapled up some old shitty tent here to keep the sun out. Like once the sun is over that way in the late day, it was just ripping through the library here, making it really hot. And this isn't like the prettiest, but it will keep the sun out of here. And it's like that. It's shitty, but it's like temperature insulated, like pop up tent material. So that'll help. Because it was really hot yesterday during the middle of the day. Beverly says, "Corn, how are you feeling? Don't overdo yourself." I'm good, thanks. There's a lot of things to do, and I'm definitely picking my battles, but getting at least that shade structure over by the bar here filled back in, which it's like halfway there. I just need to actually put the shade structure up, and I'm going to use it as a teaching opportunity for Jeff and Nick. And we'll do that later today, I think. And the roof in front of the kitchen, that's just going to take some lumber and dig a couple post holes, and then the signs. And if I'm still feeling froggy after that, then we'll put the water tank back up over the kitchen after cleaning it out, and then we'll have running water with like decent water pressure in the kitchen. And another thing, if we were able to raise enough money, I could double the battery bank for the solar power system. For $130, we can get a second battery for our 12-volt system, and that would make a lot of things possible that aren't currently possible. Rosie says, "You have defied all standards of success that Babylon imposes, but your impact is unmistakable." Thank you. Hell yeah. Sam's posting my money links if anybody wants to get down with the kickdown. A new battery, a new inverter, new cables, because the cables that I used for the inverter that's hooked up are like just they're like I couldn't even tell you what gauge they are, but they're not appropriate for anything bigger than what we have. Unfortunately, the house power struggles, and I want to not just have like one line of wiring going all the way through the house from one room to the next. I want to have like each room with its own individual wiring system going straight to the battery, so that the appliances throughout the house are not competing against each other. But with the level of power that our system is capable of processing right now, it's fine. But anymore, and I'm gonna have to actually get serious and wire it proper. Knowledge is life. Long live libraries. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that's probably why I couldn't connect to the internet on my computer, because there's only so much bandwidth on my phone hotspot. But let's see. Anybody have any questions before I go? I don't want to check and see if anybody kicked down for a minute here until like before I go, because it's gonna shit out my stream. So if anybody has any questions about the library or anything else, now's your chance, and then I'm gonna head out because I got more shit to do. I gotta run to town after after this. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna drink some water too. Actually, drink water, hydrate or die. CB says, over the years, I've enjoyed all the adventures you've taken us on. I know you will make this happen. I'm looking forward to meeting you someday. Stay strong. Hell yeah. Come through next season. Sam says, thanks. Hydrate. Yes. Yes, hydrate. Drink water. You too, Satan. Drink water. Let's see. I got this fucking... I can't believe how many fucking screws I pulled out of that dumb shit. And I'm going to build it better than what she had built with 0 screws. That's fucking just... That's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's like weaponized incompetence. That's what that is. Weaponized fucking incompetence. Okay, so I wrote down stuff for crew training. Need to train my crew on the systems, which is the water system, wash system, food storage and disposal, locking and security, crew chores and coordinating, trash and recycling, and working the bar. That's what we're going to be focusing on besides the building projects. I wrote that. That's already on there. Okay. What else do we got? Sign fixes, paint sign, mount sign, frame screws, brackets. That's for the big one. I'm going to make that big sign like just way more trouble than it's worth to steal. Corn to do. Crew to do. Oh, hey. Sort and clean kitchen trailer. That's done. Set up summer sleeping. They finished that. Rate glass, metal, other hazards. Not done. Crew whiteboard. Summer chores. Craft utility supplies. We did that. Hell yeah. We got that done. Sweet. Can you cross those off? Let's see. Cornelius to do fix signs, roofing shade, upgrade power system, ambient hazards. I'm going to be working on ambient hazards for the rest of my fucking life here. I swear to God. That's what I'm calling stuff like those screws sticking up out of the ceiling. There's screws sticking up out of this side of the bar too for no fucking reason. Really dumb. Absolute laziness to fucking use 3-inch fucking construction screws to go through 1-inch thick fucking particle board. It's a fucking embarrassing. Ambient hazards, which also includes like glass and just like wire sticking out all over the place. Yeah, I thought you might like that one, Sam. Don't forget the tweaker Exodus protocol. I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean like leaving shit to get burned down, or just trashing it, or what? Ransacking anything made of copper. Wash and water systems, drinking water. Oh yeah, we got to get the drinking water filter set up. That's honestly like an afternoon type of craft. Shade and roof under the tree. Oh yeah, our mail situation. We got to fix the mailing situation as well, because that's an issue. Let's see, our needs. We need matches, hand sanitizer, toilet paper, Spray cleaner, borax, bleach. We got bleach. Okay, we're going to cross that out. We need more wash bins. We need concrete mix, baling wire. We got the extension cord. Sheet metal and lumber. We always need that. All right. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, Freddie described ambient hazards before you did. Nice. Hell yeah. All right. I'm going to take a look at my money apps and see if anybody else got down with the kickdown so I can say thank you. And then I'm going to fuck off and get on with the rest of my day. Let's take a look. I'm going to decide if I want to go jump in the canal before I go to town and wash up, or if I'm just going to let it rock and be dusty, because either way, I'm going to get sweaty as fuck when I get into town. Let's see who kicked down. Sorry about that, y'all. The reception here is just not great. I would honestly love to get like a Wi-Fi router here or something. All right, let's take a look at Cash App. Nothing on Venmo or PayPal since the last I checked. And that's it. Awesome. Corn is overclocking internet connection. Currently, please hold. Yeah, sorry. We only have so much bandwidth. But if you would like to help, you can donate to one of my apps that Sam is posting in the chat. Thank you, Sam, for your help. And I'm gonna go because my phone's starting to get a little hot. The day is starting to get a little hot. And I'll check in with y'all probably again tomorrow and show you the progress. I think just streaming in the mornings just to show you guys progress will be interesting. So stay tuned if you want to see how this goes. Thanks for joining me, y'all. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Take care, folks. Bye. Bye, Satan. Bye-bye.